My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall Is that the one you wanted?
No, peculiar people.
Exodus 19 and 5.
No, 96, you read that, but it's one in Deuteronomy as well. I think there's one in Deuteronomy. But you can get Revelation 5 and 10 if you want.
Amos 3 as well.
Yeah, Amos 3 as well.
Right, this is Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, hear the word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. Verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yeah, the Lord's only dealing with the nation of Israel. That's the only nation that received the laws on Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses, man. Yeah, so the Lord's not dealing with the other nations. He doesn't care about the other nations, man. No matter what they come up here talking about, man. No, one more in that chapter. Revelation 5 to 10.
This is Revelations chapter 5 and verse 10. And it reads, new song,
5 and 10.
and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
So as it says in the Old Testament, kings and priests, and we're going to reign on the earth. So we're the true judges and leaders that are going to pronounce justice or judgment on this earth when the time comes, man. What's it to be a god? When it talks about in Psalms the 82nd chapter, the 6th verse, when it says to be a god, that ye are a nation of gods, and ye are gods, the word God there means to be a power, a ruler, or leader, man, a king. You know, that's a particular place of rulership, man, a position of rulership. That's what the Lord's going to set up. It tells you that in the book of Psalms, the 2nd chapter, and Revelation, the 2nd chapter as well. It says the same thing, that we're going to be a nation of kings. The Lord's going to put a rod of iron in our hand. We're going to judge the other nations, man. That's what this whole life and existence is set up. It's about servants and rulers, man. Kings and servants, man. That's what this whole setup's about. That's why you got these so-called white people on top today, even though they're hiding behind closed corners. But they're the kings of the earth. The Rothschilds are actually the kings of the earth right now. But they want to hide behind fucking curtains and act like they ain't the guys. You are the guys, because you're the ones that are going to receive that judgment, man. For the wickedness. It says that in the book of Psalms, that we're going to put we're going to put fetters of iron on those kings, man. It's talking about the Rothschilds, the international banking families. We're going to put chains on their asses, man, because they're the kings and rulers of this time. You know?
Isaiah 49 and verse 23, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers.
Yeah, in the book of Isaiah, this is prophecy that's going to be fulfilled in these last days. When America, Babylon the Great is destroyed, and those devils that are making it into their little spaceships, or they're hiding in their little underground bunkers, the angels of the Lord and the men of the Lord are going to dig them out of them places, and we're going to put chains in their arse, man. And they're going to be carted off into captivity. Right, no?
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
Yeah, they're going to have to bow down and kiss the ring, like what the brother said earlier. They ain't going to be on the same level as us, or we're going to be shaking hands with them in the kingdom. We're going to be kicking their asses, man. Like you see at the end of that Avatar film, end of the film Avatar, when they put those Edomites and shit into captivity, man. Basically, that's what they was doing. They put them in chains and they was putting them on the ships, and they basically was going to cart them into slavery, basically. But that's what they should have been doing. And it was taller than them, it was bigger than them, it was prodding them with their guns and their little weapons and that. Because they're going to be on Esau's going to be on the bottom, man. That's what Isaiah, the 40th chapter, is talking about. It's Lucifer falling from heaven. That's what that's talking about. Esau's going to fall into basically a desolate state. He's going to be the new nigga. They're going to be the new niggas on the earth. You know?
And lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
That's right, man. So that's a blessing for the men of the Lord. That's what we're patiently waiting for, man. Like I told you in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now, man. That's fishing. Because it's funny, the brother was talking about rulership, about leading. And you can see this, depending on who's ruling, there's an impact on society, man. So the men, man, in the kingdom of heaven, those men that are going to be spearheading that at the top, the elect, man, they need to be men of a particular character, man. It's men of a particular character, man, a man of integrity. Because, we've had the examples of when lesser men take on the reins of rulership, man. Right now you got the worst rulership that ever existed on the planet Earth, the so-called white man's rulership. And what's going on, man? Nothing but woes, destruction, death, misrule, all kinds of bullshit goes on a planetary scale. All you got going on right now is this unrighteousness.
Sirach chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
That's it, man. A wise judge will basically be able to guide his people. Because this is a thing, where is a wise rulership or judgment going on in this place? It doesn't exist. Yeah, you had that cabbie rapist going around. That guy got less than, I think he did 6-7 years, and he's back out up to his same antics, man. You got a lot of guys like Jimmy Savile. That guy was known, and it was reported to the police multiple times throughout the 70s and 80s that he was going around molesting people. Well, okay, yeah, the police were covering it up. There was a cover-up in the police, there was a cover-up in the BBC. What kind of righteous rulership is that? If you got rulership where they're fine with sending kids to get waxed out by some greasy criminal Edomites, then that's completely off.
At the BBC.
And that's why it's the men, the men Yahushua is looking for. They're, actually men of integrity and character. That's what we're out fishing for. We ain't just fishing for niggas. Because, if a nigga, that's why it's like you tell a Jake, like, oh, okay, you die anyway, you're gonna get in the kingdom. They'll be like, what? So I don't even need to worry about that.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, that's a shameless.
That's a piece of shit. Then next thing you see him blazing a fucking a zoo, doing good enough, chomping on a bacon sarnie. Those are the men we're not looking for.
Yep.
Hey, that's why it's like fishing, man. Only certain, we don't want to catch everything in the fucking net. You don't want to pull up the net on the boat and you got squids in there and you got fucking crabs and all kinds of heathen shit. You want that trout, that sea bass, them right fish, man.
Snapper.
Finish off with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Back in Jeremiah chapter 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Yeah, that means we're basically going to have the power back in our hands. Because right now, Jake has got zero power, man. We ain't saying nothing. Politically, spiritually, physically, Jake basically is not. Spiritually we have, because we got this truth, man. But it's like, ultimately, it's like, in the grand scheme of things that's going on right now, Jake don't mean much in the society. We don't mean a damn thing. All that we have is basically waiting. It's blessings we're waiting to receive, man.
Patience.
We'll receive this knowledge, but then it's like, even with that, it's like getting that new body, getting raised up on a level spiritually. That's not come yet.
That's forever.
Hey, we're waiting to receive our reward, man.
Come on, brother.
That's what we're waiting for, that reward. Because right now, that's why we're having to endure. Jake has looked at like we're on the bottom. But hey, when we receive, we become that hunter status. Hey man, we're gonna have power over Esau, man. Wow. We're gonna be judging him. Because it's like, hey man, well, I'd say it like this. Not that anyone's gonna do it. If you really wanted to, you could go out and massacre a couple of people. But you're gonna end up getting wigged by the cops, and then there's nothing spiritual about that. What we're gonna have is gonna be set up where Esau's completely on our power, and we're giving dominion over him, man. Then it's like, hey, you don't even have to go around and massacre. You be like, okay, pick up that rock and carry that for 300 miles.
Yep.
And if you fall over and you start from the beginning, you'll be able to basically he'll be your tool for you to basically toy with however you please. And that's a recompense, because that's what we were to the so-called white man. When we were in captivity, he wasn't just massacring Jake, although he did. He was popping our little boys. He was taking the daughters. He wouldn't even let you might have a wife or a family. You'd be like, okay, you would just send the wife to some next plantation.
So any thought that came into their mind, they did, man. Because they had complete control and power over Jake, man. And it's just like in the kingdom, we gotta be in that position. It's just to tell you we should meditate terrorists, man. And bro's already done already started thinking about that shit, man. You gotta come out with even newer stuff in the kingdom, man. What are you gonna do to that guy? You know?
You got to pack in all that revenge in a tight time space, man.
A tight time space is 1,000 years.
I ain't even gonna be getting no sleep in the last couple decades.
Oh,
man. Be like, yo, fam.
You got 10 years left.
We got 10.
We're gonna be lamenting that day when it comes to an end. I'm playing.
Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until. Let me read that again. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Yeah, because, hey man, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, he's the one who's going to basically give us the power over this realm, man.
You have such an interesting subject. May I know what this is about?
Say that again?
Interesting subject.
Okay.
Yeah, so what is it about? Like, it's the first time I hear about it.
Okay, well, basically, do you know about the Bible? You know about the 12 tribes of Israel in the Bible? No. Well, basically, there was a man named Israel, and his children were given the promises of a future rulership of the earth. So we're basically from that man. They had 12 sons, and they became 12 tribes that you see on the board, man.
What about this picture of Jesus attracted me? What is the story?
Well, that's what the one, you know who the world calls Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a more accurate depiction of how he looked compared to what you regularly see, like down there, around the place.
I've watched a documentary about it once.
Okay.
Yeah, they say like he's like his color is darker than they describe him as.
Yes, darker than they said in that documentary as well, because it says he had very dark skin.
Yeah. Is there a description about how he looks like in the Bible?
Revelation chapter 1
Good question.
and verse 13.
I can't believe it as well.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a
And the
garment.
Son of Man, that's what the one the world calls Jesus Christ. That's what one of the myriad titles that he had, man. He was called the Son of Man.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head.
So he had a long flowing garment down to the foot, and he had a golden girdle, which is like a war brace.
Yeah, same as the picture.
Yeah. That's what it's based on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So he had his hair was white, woolly, like the texture of wool, sheep's wool.
As white as snow.
So he had white, woolly hair.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And that goes back to in Genesis when it said his eyes will be red with wine. If you drink a lot of wine, you get red eyes. So it's like that was another characteristic of who you call Jesus Christ. He drank a lot of wine.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. And if you go into the Greek, it's bronze. So bronze, what colour is that? Brown.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you burn bronze or anything, it turns black. So very dark black. That's how dark his feet were. It's not like if you got black feet, then you got pink hands.
May I ask you, sir, why do people put his look like this, like the white look?
It was done intentionally by the so-called white man. Basically, there was a guy called Pope Alexander the Sixth of Rome.
Job 9:24.
And he basically set that image up. It was that image is based on his son, which is called Cesare Borgia.
Do you know his name, sir?
Can
you write his name?
Cesare Borgia. Well, go on, bang that.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Go statement by statement, man, because it's like if you rush through it, we're not, we're missing parts. But don't you need to reread. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and the wicked is the so-called white man. Because hey, this was around the time when it was around like the 1400s. That's when the so-called white man gained dominion over the earth. Because hey, before this time, so-called black men ruled over Europe. That's why you've got Russian
they're trying to bury this history.
Yes, and that's why you've got a thing called iconoclasm, which is basically like a lot of the Russian icons, which are dark. You've still got a lot of them around the world, which are dark. They were covered up basically by so-called white men, and that's why they say the Renaissance, there was a rebirth, and then it's like you've got the medieval style of art, and then you have the Renaissance where it changes completely. That's basically because the so-called white man, basically you put his image up and started propagating that, and had the old images destroyed. This is historic. This has been done historically before.
First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, which is the Bible, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So this is back during the time of the
that's it.
this was back during the time of the Greeks, and basically when the Greeks took over the Holy Land, Israel, they basically put their own images within the Bible as well.
Your website.
So yeah, like basically that's been historically done before. It's like even if you go now into Westminster Abbey, there's a image of I believe it's King Richard III. Richard, I think II. Inside of Westminster Abbey, a dark-skinned man. If you go to like Westminster Abbey, just before you get there, there's like a little shop on the side which has a lot of the old icons basically above it, which you can see they're all dark-skinned. A lot of them have afros. So this, it's basically about covering up the history, man, whitewashing history. And it's the same thing that they do in Hollywood.
Yeah, whitewashing.
Yeah, whitewashing, because it's like they did the Ten Commandments, and then everyone was white. But then you go to the Bible. Well, get Jeremiah 14.
Yeah, I've heard also that Moses is black. Moses.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like dark
go
skin.
to what is it? In Exodus when in Exodus 2 where he's hand there.
But is there any, in the Bible, is there any description of the Antichrist? Because I always think in the Bible that the Antichrist is the opposite picture of Jesus. So
the Antichrist is not just one man. Antichrist is basically anyone that denies that.
What's that? 1 John 5?
1 John 5, I think. Grab 1 John 5. Because anyone that denies that who the world calls Christ came on the earth and what he did, they're an Antichrist. Right?
First John 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach come in the flesh is not of Yahweh.
Yahweh Shai is basically the original Hebrew name of who the world calls Jesus Christ. So every spirit.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach has come in the flesh is not of Yahweh.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so the Antichrist as an entity.
There is no entity. There is no entity just called the Antichrist.
He didn't exist.
There were many Antichrists.
Did he exist at the time of
there is no guy, there is no one single man that is the Antichrist.
Organization?
No. It's basically if you deny anything, it's like basically Yahushua came on earth, he did certain things, he did certain acts. If you deny that he did that, you're an Antichrist. As simple as that. So if you don't accept who Yahushua is, his image, his name, you're an Antichrist.
Which name?
His name.
Yeah.
His name.
Precept.
Which is, Yahushua. You got something?
2 John 1 and 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahweh Shai is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist.
So there are many come in the world.
Do you have any other resources or books I can take with me? I want to read.
Well, we gave you the sites. That's all we got. We don't have like leaflets, right?
It's really been my pleasure to talk to you.
Where you from, man?
Sir, I'm from Kuwait.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Kuwait. Thank you, sir. Take care.
He might be a Jake. I think he'd be Jake.
Low B.
Because he kind of came with questions, man.
He's actually about gaining some information, man.
I ain't seen that in a while.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, man, he asked about it. It's like, okay, he took the site.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. You finished on yours?
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Hey, what's Jake's excuse, man? What's these so-called black men's excuse?
Yeah.
You know? Eating